Hi everyone, welcome back for another video. So recently one of you in the comment section asked me what's the difference between Weiss Schwarz and Rebirth for you, which one is better. So what I have in front of me is basically the three different kind of Japanese TCG that I have been playing. And I thought, okay, why don't I just do a quick comparison? So I won't really go in-depth into the rules because there are more in-depth videos on those. I'm just going to do a quick run through and just talk about some pros and cons, and you can decide which one is better for you. So I am going to start with Weiss Schwarz. This is the one that I started first. And so what I have with me here is the trial deck from Ruby. So for Weiss Schwarz, all you need to know is there are 4 different kinds of cards, 4 different kinds of colors. So you will see at the bottom yellow, red, green and blue. So these are the 4 different kinds of color, and you will notice that for the cards at the top left you have a level. So the top number represents the level. You need to be at that level to play the specific character, with the exception of level 0. And below that, you'll notice is the cost required to play the character. Okay, so for Weiss Schwarz is also more or less sometimes known as Waifu Wars, because basically you form a deck of your favorite series or anime and you fight someone else of a different series, and you know your characters go head to head with one another. So just now what you have seen are the character cards. There are cards that are event cards. So you notice for event cards like this one here, there is no power rating at the bottom. So this is an event, this is a level 1 event. So the objective of the game is you play characters and you will try to attack your opponent and try to get him to level up to 4. So whoever level up to 4 loses. But if you notice, normally characters of a higher level are much stronger. You can see the power rating here for Yang. So while you are dealing damage to your opponent, when they level up, they do get to access stronger characters as well. And of course, you can see cards like this that are horizontal instead of vertical. These are climaxes. So climax are some kind of trigger. So there are 8 different kind of trigger in the game. So for this book, you can see when this card trigger, you may draw a card. So when you deal damage to your opponent, you will notice that at the bottom here, this represents the damage. If you successfully deal a damage to your opponent will put 1 card from his deck into his clock. So whenever into his clock, sorry. So whenever climax normally will negate damage, so you usually will see climax in the clock. So once an opponent has reached, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, he will level up. So basically from this row, you will select 1 character to show that you level up to now level 1, and the rest of the cards are discarded, and you will continue to take damage again and level up and so on. So why does this matter? So for example, if in my level zone I have a red card, and in my clock zone I only have red cards, that means I am unable to play any blue cards. So I am unable to play, so I can't play this first of all because it's a level 2 card, I'm only at level 1, and second of all because it is a blue card, I don't have any blue cards that is open, so I won't be able to play this as well. So the objective of this game is to get your opponent up to level 4, and when you form a deck, usually you will form it with 2 colors. The most I have seen people go usually is 3 colors, otherwise you will be doing a lot of balancing and that might not work out well for you. So that's the gist of the game. It adds a lot more complexity with the triggers, with the counters and so on, but I guess if you want to find out more, do check out other videos that covers the rule more comprehensively. But in the gist, it's basically, you are playing your characters versus your opponent character and trying to get each one to level up to level 4, and as you level up you have access to stronger events, stronger character cards. Okay, so for Rebirth for you, basically you have 3 kinds of cards. So blue are your standard character cards with abilities on them. Yellow are basically have abilities that activate when you set this as your main contender when you entry in, as what they call it. And your green cards are your blocker. You will notice the shield icon there, which you can use to block damage. And of course, this is similar to the climax for Weiss Schwarz. These are known as Rebirth cards. So similarly, they do add powerful effects. So unlike Weiss Schwarz, for Rebirth for you, normally you will have cards that you have a main contender, and then you have support cards. So you can have like 4 cards in play, and when you rest your supporter, your main entry can attack. So when your main entry attacks, you will just basically compare the attack versus the defense rating, and you will try to knock out your opponent's character. So whoever gets 7 of their characters knocked out, they will lose the game. Simple as that. Your partner cards are basically, once you have 3 of them, you can rest all of them, and you can guarantee to win an attack against your opponent. Partner cards are also used to play energy. You can also use any card to play as the energy cost. So you notice that each character have an energy cost at the top left. So basically, try to knock out your 7 of your opponent character and you win the game. So I don't really play a lot of Rebirth for you. The reason why I did get into this in the first place is because it has Azalane, and I'm a big fan of Azalane. So that's the only reason I got into these cards. So I'm more of a collector compared to like games like Weiss Schwarz, but still, yeah, it's a pretty decent game. Okay, so lastly, for Build Divide, this is a very new game. So what you start out first is you choose a territory card. You notice territories are double-sided. So you choose a territory and make sure that you have the ace unit to open the territory, because when you play your ace unit, your territory will be flipped open and you will activate powerful abilities that can help you to turn the tide of the battle. So these are the ace units for... Let me get the... Why is the deck upside down? Okay, yep. So you notice that these are the ace units needed to open this territory. So this is the foil version, this is the regular version. So when you play this card, you can activate this territory. So similarly, like Weiss Schwarz, you see a power rating. So this is the power rating and this is the damage it would deal. So in Build Divide, each person start off with 10 lives, and when opponent take a damage, so basically your deck is your life. So at the start you will flip 5 cards and this will represent your life total. So whenever you take a damage, you will flip open a card, and there are cards that may trigger abilities. So let me see if I can see. Okay, so cards with this star icon are basically shot icon. So when you take a damage and you trigger a card that has this one, you get to play this card immediately. Other cards like this card, you notice is a skull icon. So whenever you damage check and you reveal a card that has this icon, you will take an additional point of damage instead. So apart from that, you will notice that there are cards that show they have this quick symbol. So these cards can be played out of turn order. Otherwise, you will notice that the other cards have what is known as normal and you play it during a standard turn. So this is basically very similar, I feel, a bit to Magic the Gathering. You play cards instead of lands though, any cards you can play as an energy. So you play this card as an energy, it will represent a red energy. You play this card, it represents as a white energy. So to cast this card, for example, you'll notice that you need to pay 5 total energy, 2 white and 3 colorless. So similarly, 1 red, 5 colorless. So yeah, in the gist, that is Build Divide. You each player starts with 10 life, you try to knock your opponent down to 0. But your opponent only loses if, let's say, he's already at 0, he has no cards in his life and he has to take another damage, and that's when he loses. So I guess in a nutshell, this is how to play the 3 different card game. So like I said, I won't go very specific into the rules. So now let me go into the pros and cons. So first of all, you want to consider is, will you be willing to play in Japanese or English? So far, Weiss Schwarz is the only one that has English language cards. The other two games don't have that at the moment, so if you don't want to grapple with the translation, you don't want to grapple with inserts, probably stick with Weiss Schwarz. They have sets for English and even some English exclusive set like this Ruby set, as well as the 7 Deadly Sins. And yeah, basically if you do want to play this, do note that some of the more popular set for English releases, normally it is at least a couple of months later compared to the Japanese release. So first of all, to consider is language. Second of all, you might want to consider price. So for Weiss Schwarz, the trial deck is 1,650 yen. Booster box is around 7,040 yen. Booster boxes have 16 packs, whereas like for Rebirth for you, sorry, I'm just looking at the price at the side. So Rebirth for you, the trial deck is the same price, but for the booster box is 3,300 yen, but it's only 10 packs per booster box. For Build Divide though, the trial deck is much cheaper at 1,000 yen, and the booster box is cheaper as well at 5,280 yen for 16 packs. So that's something to consider if you want to buy some boxes. So of course, so far for Weiss Schwarz, normally in a carton of probably 18 boxes, you will see around 3 sign cards. For Rebirth for you, a carton, I can't recall, it's been a while, but if I'm not wrong, a carton has 30 boxes and 3 sign cards, so the ratio is 10:1 for sign, 6:1. For Build Divide, I believe, because I haven't really opened any carton for Build Divide, but I believe in the entire carton there is only 1 sign card. So if you are going to be sign card hunting, I suggest stick to Weiss Schwarz. It is the easiest to pull a sign card. However, for Rebirth for you, the premium parallel sign cards are worth a lot more. Build Divide so far, if you want sign cards, it seems to be only 1 sign card per set. In fact, I actually do have some example over here. So this is the sign card for Build Divide. So far it is there's 2 volumes that are out. So far only 1 sign card in that particular set per volume so far. Okay, so Rebirth for you. So these are the regular foils. You can see all the character cards. Very nice, I do like them. But for Rebirth for you, like I mentioned, there is a chance to pull the premium parallel version. So basically it is, instead of the character cards, it is the partner cards. So you will notice that this looks a lot better. These are horribly expensive. A bit like the SSP and SEC rarity for Weiss Schwarz, but on average I've seen this go probably between 30,000 to 50,000 yen and even more. So if you like full artwork of the character and having a signed version of them, Rebirth for you is the one for you to go. Very nice. You can see, so we have Enterprise, very nice foiling, very nice signature, full art kind of cards. Rune, so you can see, full art, signature, very nice. Character card signature looks like this, still nice, but this so far is what I know is the only card game that I've seen that has this full artwork display with the signature. And well, I don't own any. There are partner cards that have 2 characters with 2 signature on it. I have seen the ReZero one, it looks really nice, of Ram and Ram. Unfortunately, those is also beyond my price, what I'm comfortable to pay for. So yeah, so things to consider if you are a collector. So for Weiss Schwarz, as you know, these are the sign cards. So this is the standard sign. We have this is as you can see, an SSP. SSP have the gold border, so very nice. And then we have the secret. So normally for Weiss Schwarz, the prices of the sign cards usually is not too expensive unless it's certain popular characters, or if it is good SSP or SEC with good effect, those will also push up the price. But generally the SSP and the SEC is going to be cheaper than your Rebirth for you premium parallel, so that's the difference. Apart from that, comparatively for the regular signs, Rebirth for you, the regular signs are usually below 10,000 yen each. So if you just want to collect sign card, Rebirth for you, it is going to be much cheaper on your wallet, just as long as you're not going to be hunting for the premium parallel version. So this is from a collector perspective. Personally, I'm not a fan of the Rebirth for You sign card. I don't like the design. Similarly, for the art style, either you like it or you hate it. Personally, I think it's okay, but I'm not really a big fan of the art choice as well as how the sign card looks. Rebirth for You, the foils are very nice. This is what I enjoy. For the regular cards, I guess the artwork is decent enough. I have no complaints there. So in terms of artwork, I do like the Weiss Schwarz one the most. First of all, foils have different texture, different foiling patterns. Even for cards within the same set, you will notice that even these 3 cards have different foiling pattern. But for cards even from the same set, you will notice that there will be different texture, different foiling pattern. So in terms of artwork, I do love this a lot more compared to any other, the other 2 games we have here. So if you are a collector, this is something to take into account. Gameplay wise, I think that Build Divide, Rebirth for You are more straightforward to pick up. Weiss Schwarz is a bit more complex, especially with the different triggers, different abilities and so on. But as you play more of it, you will realize that there will be some abilities that you will see will be common even among different sets. So as you play, you will pick them up. So personally, I think that all 3 of them are great games in their own right. In terms of gameplay, I do like Weiss Schwarz more. Build Divide, I find that in terms of gameplay, it ranks slightly higher than Rebirth for You. But I mean, if you want a quick, simple game, this Rebirth for You is going to scratch that itch a lot better. So yeah, I mean, this is my personal opinion. If you do have a particular game that you like more, do let me know in the comments why. I haven't been really actively playing for a long while because I have been really busy with work. So now I have transited more of a collecting perspective. I still play the 1 or 2 games when I get together with my friends occasionally, but that's that. So maybe a bit out of touch over there. But yeah, so that's my opinion. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Do give a like if you do. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Next I will be probably opening is the Marvel set from Weiss Schwarz. I have no idea why they haven't shipped it to me yet. I saw that the payment has already been cleared, but it has not been shipped yet. And it should have been shipped during Christmas or something. So yeah, I'm going to check what went wrong with that. But yeah, as soon as we get those, we will be opening that up on the channel. So in the meantime, take care, stay safe, and see you all next time. Bye!